Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of Starcraft Doings of Liberty. I will be your host for these sets of episodes, my name is Iron Squire. I'd like to apologize in advance. Actually, it's not in advance at this point. I'm very sorry for the actual, sound volume of the last one. I know I messed up, and I said I wouldn't mess up again, but I'm sorry. What I need to figure out how to do is time it correctly so that right before the mission ends, I have the volume at a decent audio level so you can hear everyone talking. But anyway, that's besides the point. You just want to hear about the game. Actually, one more announcement. I have the volume on max, so if the clicking is too loud for you, or is going to be, you can turn on your headphones or your speakers or whatever you have. Okay, now let's get into it. We're going to be doing the next Zeratul mission. Okay.
I return to our ruined homeworld of Ire. The Zerg infestation still covered much of our beloved world. The desiccated remains of the Overmind were still there, a grim reminder of battles lost and battles won.
So for this, we're going to be able to get 4 Zerg research points and 2 Protoss research points. Again, I'm going to be playing on normal, and let us launch.
I remember the fall of Ire. Don't much like the idea of having to see it all again. Guess there's nothing for it.
At the very apex of its victory against us, the Zerg Overmind grew overconfident. Now, all that was left of the mighty Overmind was a twisted, withered husk. I needed to understand whatever memories lingered within the creature's rotting mass. Only by making contact with the gargantuan tendrils connected directly to its cortex could I learn its secrets. Yet its countless minions, which seemed to be feeding from its dead husk, would prove somewhat problematic.
So in case you guys didn't know, the Overmind is actually what controlled the Zerg. Hold on. I'm actually going to mute my mic real quick. Sincerest apologies, I had to adjust my mic. It was a tad tight up on my head. So yeah, the Overmind was actually what controlled the Zerg in Starcraft 1. It was basically a collective consciousness of all the Zerg, and it gave out orders to everyone. That's what Overlords are for. They're actually there to... Well, the common theory is that, since it's never really been explained, at least I don't think so, that Overlords give, hormone signals, kind of like bees do, or ants do, or they give just, telepathic signals to the underlings, which are, the units that you can build, and that's how things in the Zerg army get done, and the Overmind directly contacts the Overlords and tells them what to tell the rest of the army. So that's kind of where the Overmind comes from. And in case you didn't know about the history of the fall of Ire, Ire is the Protoss homeworld. So this is where all the Protoss are. It is not the Dark Templars homeworld. That is actually a different world because the Dark Templars split off from their Protoss buddies, or the Protoss allies. I ran out of breath there. Anyway. And so eventually the Zerg found the location of Ire and invaded it. And what ended up happening is that the Overmind crashed into the homeworld or the world of Ire, not the homeworld of Ire. I think there might be a cutscene here. Oh, not really, but kind of.
I must find a way to establish a foothold and summon reinforcements to keep the Zerg at bay. This faithful observer has kept watch since the evacuation. Its abilities will certainly prove useful now.
And in case you guys have forgotten, because it has actually been a long time since I did my last, hold on. That's embarrassing, I didn't turn down the volume. In case you guys don't remember, Zeratul is completely cloaked. He has the abilities Blink and Void Prison. Void Prison, if I remember correctly, yeah, it stuns an enemy. I thought it tracked it, but it just stuns it. before we go claim our base, what's up here? And this is an observer. It is the Protoss unit of detection. Like the Zerg has the overseer. Yeah, hold on.
Structures remain functional. We shall make use of them. This ancient beacon still thrums with power. I wonder. I've heard tales of the mighty colossi sealed away beneath ire. The beacon must have awoken these fearsome guardians. The Zerg perceive a threat to their dead master.
Alright, so again, the Zerg has...
The Zerg will keep coming until we are dead. I must find the Overmind's cortex and discover what I can from it.
Okay, sorry, I was completely quiet. I don't know why. I think it's just because I expected the Zerg to keep on talking. But okay, so the Zerg has Overseers to detect, and Terran has either Scans or Ravens to detect. Okay, so these are Colossus, new units that we are going to have. They are extremely effective against light units, but they're also...
If we use our observers wisely, we can scout the area before putting ourselves at risk.
Okay, I totally lost my train of thought because I was interrupted. Okay. So yeah, okay, Colossi, that's what I was talking about. Colossi are extremely effective against light units. However, they cannot shoot up, so they're basically like siege tanks, except very good against lighter units. Hold on. Sincere apologies for that. I got a tad interrupted. Okay, so Colossi, they're kind of like siege tanks, except they don't have range. They can get a range upgrade, but what ends up occurring with them is that usually they're countered by things that like anti-air. Oops, don't come over there. Probably need a new U. Set you there.
We must be prepared to defend our base. The Zerg are on the move.
And that is something that...
Warp gates appear to be functional. Perhaps there's a chance.
I beg of you, can I please stop getting interrupted?
Base is under attack. All is in jeopardy.
Okay, now, I'm probably not going to get interrupted for a while because I want to be able to actually ignore that. I want to actually, gosh dang, be able to talk. Alright, you know what, I want to make sure of something. Okay, so Colossus have range. Gosh dang it, I want to emphasize that. And they shoot lasers that deal massive amounts of damage to units like Marines, Zerglings, and Hydralisks, and Zealots, and things that are light and not armored. So, not Medivacs, Marauders, they'll do decent damage, but they're not going to do a lot, okay? Oops. Now, what I recommend you do with your Colossus is perch them up on this cliff, since they can shoot down like siege tanks in that way. Actually, you just come down here. What they can do is they can shoot from a cliff, and like you saw here, they just deteriorated those Zerglings. Sorry if that loud noise hurt anyone's ears. Did not mean to. Nope. Okay. Hey. Oops. For now, I just want to set you to 1. Okay. So yeah, the Zerglings won't be able to look up here to the cliff, and the Colossus will be able to shoot down, and they'll deal massive amounts of damage. They also do splash damage, which is extremely effective. Oops. At countering things like Zerglings, because Zerglings don't have a lot of health anyway, and since you have to have a lot of them to be effective, having splash damage is very good. Okay, so I'm just setting up my base here, getting 2 warp gates. Now, the thing that's going to happen here is that you have to power up those buildings using a pylon. Actually, let's go do that. I'm just going to continue building up a small contingent of guys, because the Zerg will attack every now and then. So, you know, I just want to be ready. Two zealots and a stalker should be enough to... I should do that. 2 zealots and a stalker should be enough to hold off whatever the Zerg attempts to throw at you. And usually if you are really having trouble, the Colossus will come in and help out. And if worse comes to worse, I mean, Zeratul is always there, you know? And though he doesn't have a ton of health, he's always pretty good. Sorry guys, I'm a little out of practice. I was hitting R instead of E, excuse me. F1. Yeah, I haven't actually